So this video we're going to be taking the coastal highway from Sydney down to Melbourne. It's also called the Prince's Highway.
Let's go.
We're coming up to an area where the Sea Cliff Bridge. Now this bridge has been featured in a lot of TV shows and movies. And I guess it was built in 2005 and it's supposed to be an engineering marvel. So we're going to cross it here pretty soon, so you'll see what we see. I guess it's 655 meters long and it's about 40 meters above the ocean. Well, ascendant, I think I'm starting to get a hang of this. Well, a little more comfortable. Next, we're coming up to the Kiama Blowholes. We're going to pull over and we're going to take a look at them. There's our stop at the Kiama Blowholes. Time to get back on the road again.
Is it Kiama or Kiama?
Kiama or Kiama?
Potato.
We're probably going to have a lot of Australians laughing at me trying to make pronunciations down here now.
He does have a hard time with it even in Canada.
Okay, time to get on the road. We're going to head towards Jervis Bay.
Let's go.
There, it took all of 2 minutes, but we're set up again for another day of camping. Here we are at Jervis Bay.
Ooh, that got shook.
And here's our room with a view.
Hey, Craig,
Yep.
you want to know what's for dinner tonight?
What's for dinner?
Stir fry, made with
Kangaroo. Well, let's give it a try.
Cooper says it's okay. Okay, I got the kangaroo all chopped up, and Cooper warned me, and it is true, I could see when I was cutting it, it's very lean meat. There's basically no fat on it. So I cut the pieces really small, and we're gonna have a big dose of extra virgin olive oil in the pan. I'm gonna cook it quick and have small pieces so I don't have to have a big mouthful of kangaroo. But I'm sure it's gonna be great. The meat's going in. So I did the vegetables first, and they're steaming a little bit in here while I cook the kangaroo. So when you don't have your full kitchen, you improvise because there's not room to store all the spice. You make do with a little bit of less salt, soy sauce, a little bit of salt, pepper, garlic. That's all you need.
There it is. There's kangaroo stir fry.
Okay.
Let's give her a whirl.
Let's see what happens.
Here's our first bite. That is pretty good.
Pretty good. Doesn't taste like chicken, but it's not far off beef. And stir fries are a good way to do that.
So kangaroo's pretty good.
Not bad.
Well, not every day can be sunshine and roses when you're on holidays for a long period of time, but it's still sure nice to come down to the beach here. We're in Jervis Bay and it's a little wet. So we're gonna head south. Let's get cracking. We're here in the town of Huskisson in the Jervis Bay area. Anyhow, it's a great little town, and it's too bad that it rained for the day and a half or 2 days that we were here, but it's just beautiful. And this is the home of White Sands Beach, and the sand is just amazing here. Wish we could have seen it on a sunny day. The thing I really like about this area is they haven't developed everything all the way to the beachfront. This area is considered a sanctuary zone between the town and the beach. Oola doola. Oh, look at that. Bodalla Dairy Farm. Let's find out where to turn in. Here, we saw the sign for Bodalla Dairy Farm, so let's take a pit stop. We've been driving for a little while. So let's check it out. Here we are at the Bodalla Dairy Shed, so let's go in and take a look. Okay, let's go inside. They got a cheese tasting area also.
Craig, what did you get?
I got wattle seed and what was it called? Wattle seed and coffee on the bottom and Kakadu plum on the top.
Because those are what? Bush flavors.
Bush flavors, that's it.
There was 3 bush flavors.
And what did you get, Lucinda?
Well, I got the other bush flavor on the bottom, which is lemon and myrtle, and it's delicious. And I got a little hokey pokey on the top. Yum.
Well, we just arrived at a roadside attraction called Australia Rock. And why do they call it that? Because it looks like Australia. We're here at a roadside attraction just off the Prince's Highway, and this one's called Camel Rock. Can you see it? And right beside Camel Rock is Woman's Head Rock, right there. After about a 10-minute hike across the mountain from Camel Rock, we get to another viewing platform, and this is Horse's Head Rock.
These rock formations are on the traditional grounds of the Yuin people, and places like this headland behind me were places very significant to them because they held corroborees there, which were gatherings like powwows to trade goods and meet and socialize and hold rituals.
Your destination is on the right.
We're coming up to our next roadside attraction on our tour on the Princess Highway. It's just on the right. We're just going to have to go find it. Lou, remember when we went to that signpost forest in Watson Lake on our last tour?
I do. That was very cool. There was signs from all over the world.
Well, here's what they got in Australia.
It's called, let's tell them what it's called. It's called Thong Power. But it's Australian thongs, not North American thongs.
There it is. Been there, done it. We're now here in Eden. Let's go take a look at this killer whale museum. There, we're just walking down this trail, and in Eden, there's this lookout. And what's it called, Lou?
The Canadian Love Seat. That's why we had to come here.
There it is.
And there's there's a Canadian, and I love him. I love him.
Here's our camp spot tonight at Eden Gateway Holiday Park. So this is the barbecue area they got in this place. And everything's supplied, well, except for our steaks. And here's the kitchen they have. Oh, look who's in the kitchen.
I'm here slaving over a hot stove for a pot of rice.
Right behind me, there's the town of Eden in the background, and there's some fascinating history in this area. And Benjamin Boyd originally wanted this area designated as the capital of Australia. By no means was this Benjamin Boyd a saint. He's got a very colorful past. This is just the history that we found out about this area. Now, Twofold Bay is very famous for its whaling industry in the early 1800s. And Benjamin Boyd built this tower behind me in the 1840s. The whaling industry was huge around here in the late 1800s, and they used this tower for whale spotting. Welcome to Victoria. Here's our next state. It's a race to the falls.
It's a race to fall.
We're here passing through Buchan, Australia, and we're looking for Buchan Caves. We're gonna take a cave tour.
So straight down the bottom and wait, follow me down the bottom of there. Just watch your head as you go through that scaffold area.
there's our walk through the Royal Cave here in Buchan Caves.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I might probably take me out the door and off I go at the moment. Yeah.
Now we're coming up to an area here where they have the Sea Bridge.
Sea Cliff Bridge.
Okay. We're coming up to an... What do you mean there's no full kitchen?
Anyways. Oh yeah, it's the bathroom. There's no full bathroom. Improvise. What are you doing, Craig? Craig, what are you doing?
Trying to get out.
With your hiking calves all seized up.
They're about